There's the race 4 results. Victorian Dividends, $3.90 and $1.60 for the winner. And number 6 paid $7 for place.
No, Bill, no need looking at me. I wasn't smart enough to be on any of them.
Great day in Melbourne for racing fans at Flemington, race 5.
Well, the next up is the Newmarket Handicap, the race that the mighty Burnborough won in 1946. Here are the prices. Primacy at 9-2, Mick Dittman's Mount. 7-2, Never Under Charge. 8, Keltrice. 14, Ken Vane. 30, Mukhtar. 11, Blue Boss. 20, Sublimate. 30, Keita. 20, Sportswork. 14, Sir Tinker. 15, Brawny Spirit. 8, Gitana. 16, Laser Beam. 100, Daring Hombre. 25, Pitcairn Edition. 100, Let Him Ride. I'm going down to back Never Under Charge. Back to the cricket.
It's Ken Callender. That's Newmarket Handicap, which will be coming live on Wide World of Sports. Race 5 at Flemington today.
Double, the second leg of the treble, the Newmarket Handicap, and to Kenny Callender.
Thanks a lot, Bruce. Yes, the Newmarket Handicap coming up, and it's a great battle for favouritism between number 1 Primacy, to be ridden by Mick Dittman, who's at 4-1 on the tote, and number 2 Never Under Charge, who's getting out to about 3 3/4 to 1. I've gone for Never Under Charge. He's unbeaten in 6 runs at this distance. Keltrice is at 9-1, Ken Vane 11, Mukhtar 33, Blue Boss 11, Sublimate 20, Keita 30, Sportsworks 20, Sir Tinker 15-1, Brawny Spirit 16, Gitana 8-1, Laser Beam out to 16-1, 50-1 Daring Hombre in from 100s on the tote, Pitcairn Edition 25, and Let Him Ride at 100-1. The horses have started to go into the barrier down the straight 6. Remember, there's no turns in this race. I've gone for number 2 Never Under Charge, and Gary Willits, a quick word.
Well, I like Ken Vane, but I'll have to stick your one number. Never Under Charge looks magnificent.
He does. He looks an absolute treat. They're about all in. Time to cross to our caller, John Russell, for the 1994 Newmarket.
All ready. One is good. They're off now. Mukhtar on the inside. Gitana jumped out well with Laser Beam. Keita, Daring Hombre away quickly. Keltrice is showing speed. There's Brawny Spirit crossing towards the outside section alone out there. Ken Vane was away well, and so also in behind them Never Under Charge, and Sir Tinker is going up very fast just in behind them with Sportsworks, and they were being followed by Sublimator, and further back is Blue Boss settling into stride now, and Mukhtar is one of the leaders down on the flat side rail with Daring Hombre. Laser Beam is in close touch, being followed by Sportsworks and Pitcairn Edition, a length and a half. Sublimate, Keltrice a bit further back, Sir Tinker. Primacy is back behind them, followed by Ken Vane, Gitana, Never Under Charge, and further back to Blue Boss, and Let Him Ride as last of the bunch. And alone down the grandstand side is Brawny Spirit. They're racing down to the 400 of the Newmarket, and Mukhtar tackled quickly by Pitcairn Edition. Pitcairn Edition has ranged up on the outside to tackle Mukhtar, and they're well clear on the flat side. Then Laser Beam coming home well, Never Under Charge. Brawny Spirit down the outside. Mukhtar on the inside is finding plenty. Pitcairn Edition can't go on at the moment. Never Under Charge. Gitana, Let Him Ride right down the outside. Brawny Spirit. Mukhtar is clear over on the inside. Mukhtar's going to win the Newmarket. Mukhtar wins it. Great go for second and third. Now there's Let Him Ride, Gitana, Never Under Charge, Pitcairn Edition, and the one right over on the outside, Brawny Spirit, followed by Ken Vane, Keltrice, Sir Tinker, and back behind them is Sublimate, followed next home by Daring Hombre, and then came Laser Beam, followed next home by Blue Boss, and Primacy, one of the tail enders, finished near the rear in company with Sportsworks.
Well, Gary Willits, I didn't think that Mukhtar could run the 1200 as strong as that, but he certainly has.
He certainly got the line very well. And look at Brawny Spirit right on the outside all by himself, ridden by Harry White. What a daring ride, the only one to go to the outside. But I think Mukhtar's definitely won.
Yes, Harry White's already won this race 3 times. It would have been 4, but I think you'll find that number 5, Mukhtar, has won the Newmarket. And if you backed him on the TAB in Melbourne, he's going to pay upwards of $37. What a great dividend for the Newmarket Handicap winner of 1994. Back to the cricket.
Thank you, Ken. Not a lot happened here at the SCG.
Hold that particular length. Race 5, Flemington. Mukhtar's paid $37.70. Gitana and Let Him Ride the place getters. That'll be a nice trifecta.
Thanks very much, Greg. Well, I think I'll be giving you long odds about West Australia at the moment, rain or no rain. Here are the prices on race 6. At Flemington, we go from the speedsters in the Newmarket to the plugging stayers in the Telecom National Business Directory Handicap, a race of 2,500 metres. Number 1, Bahi, is into 16 to 1 now. Tough Enough is a 15 to 1 chance into 14. Voluntary is at 25 to 1. Number 4, Wasdak Hill at 11's into about 8's now. Awesome Mover is at 11 to 1. Pressman's Choice at 25 to 1. Number 7, Eager Prince at 33 to 1. McKinnon Parade was favourite at about 13 to 4. We've just had news of a late scratching. I'll tell you that in a moment. So McKinnon Parade will come into about 11 to 4. Strike High at 15. Sweet Glory at 12 to 1. Brittle at 11 to 1. Cavarel now, number 12, is into 5 to 1. Nightstand at 20 to 1. Now the late scratching Denatoro has just been announced as a late scratching, so he's out of the field. No price for him, flick wrist. And Regency Court is still at 100 to 1. So price changes there with the late scratching of Denatoro. It's thrown betting into a little confusion, but McKinnon Parade is still a clear-cut favourite. Back to the SCG.
Thanks very much, Ken. I think I'd have to agree with you, Western Australia.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Yes, and this race starts from the Derby start. Now, there's no classic candidates in this. They're good old-fashioned plodding stayers, but you can win money on them just the same. Here's the prices. Bahi is at 16 to 1. Tough Enough at 14 to 1. Voluntary at 20s. Wasdak Hill won well last Sunday. He's got a chance. He's at 9 to 1. Peter Hutchinson is the jockey there, not Patrick Payne. Awesome Mover at 9 to 1. Pressman's Choice at 30s, 3-0 to 1. Eager Prince at 25. McKinnon Parade is our favourite at 3 to 1. Stephen King is the jockey for it. Strike High is at 12 to 1. Sweet Glory at 9. Brittle at 10. Been plenty of money for Caravel, paying $5.40 on the win tote. Odds of round about 4.5 to 1 or 9 to 2. Nightstand at 25 to 1. As we told you, Denatoro was a late scratching, and Regency Court is at 100 to 1. They're racing.
Jumped nicely with Nightstand, and Voluntary began well. And Wasdak Hill was away quickly with Strike High in behind them. Bar High trapped out deep early with Cavarella. Pressman's Choice and Eager Prince has dropped out to last. Passing the judges' box with a lap left to go. And Nightstand is one of the leaders here. Tough Enough is prominent over along the inside with Wasdak Hill. They're followed by Awesome Mover over on the inside of McKinnon Parade. Out 3 deep to Voluntary as they race out of the straighter. In behind them, Sweet Glory being followed by Regency Court on the inside of Bar High. Half a length for Strike High, a length and a half Brittle, followed by Cavarel. 2 lengths away Pressman's Choice, and last of all is Eager Prince. 1,900 metres out, and Nightstand the pilot by a length in advance of Wasdak Hill. A length further back is Tough Enough. Close up on the outside, Voluntary, followed by McKinnon Parade. Also Mover on the rails, half a length to Sweet Glory. A length then to Bar High, being followed by Regency Court and Strike High between horses. A length and a half to Brittle. A bit further away is Cavarel, followed by Pressman's Choice, and Eager Prince still last of all as they go by the 1,600 metre mark. And Wasdak Hill going up on the outside to tackle Nightstand for the front running. They show out by a length and a half to Tough Enough in the box seat on the inside of Voluntary. 2 lengths further back is McKinnon Parade, being followed by Awesome Mover. Bar High behind them. Regency Court a bit further back in the field, and they were followed closely by Strike High and Sweet Glory in that group. A length away Brittle, followed by Cavarel. 2 lengths further back Pressman's Choice, and still last of all is Eager Prince as they go past the 1,200. And Wasdak Hill has taken the lead, a length to Nightstand. Bar High improving rapidly on the outside. Over on the rails, Tough Enough. Voluntary back behind them. Sweet Glory going forward. Strike High. Awesome Mover followed by McKinnon Parade. Then Regency Court. A length to Cavarel. Brittle has got well back, followed by Pressman's Choice second last, and Eager Prince is last of all. 850 metres left to run. Wasdak Hill a half length to Nightstand and Bar High. Then Tough Enough, who's had the run of the race behind the leaders. A length further back then is Voluntary. Strike High coming around the outside quickly. Cavarel, McKinnon Parade is there also with Awesome Mover and Sweet Glory in the leading group as they make the home turn. 550 metres out. Nightstand on the outside has gone up to tackle Wasdak Hill as they straighten up with Bar High and Strike High. Sweet Glory back behind them. Cavarella's down the outside. Awesome Mover and Tough Enough over on the inside, angling for a way out, followed by McKinnon Parade. It's a packed field in the lead coming down to the 300. Wasdak Hill tackled by Strike High. Now McKinnon Parade starting to come at them quickly, and Sweet Glory nowhere to go, and Cavarel. McKinnon Parade on the outside coming after Strike High. He's in front with about 150 to go. Strike High is the leader. McKinnon Parade wearing it down. Sweet Glory over on the inside. Strike High is still in front. It's hanging on. Strike High. McKinnon Parade diving at it. McKinnon Parade. Strike High. They hit it. Strike High might be from McKinnon Parade with Sweet Glory in behind them. Fourth then was Awesome Mover. Cavarel followed by Voluntary. Tough Enough. And further back is Eager Prince back behind them in the field. Regency Court and Bar High. Wasdak Hill and Nightstand. And the last couple home are Pressman's Choice with Brittle.
Well, don't throw away your tickets if you've backed McKinnon Parade, because I think he might have snared Strike High right on the line. It's a close one. That's Strike High in front. McKinnon Parade coming at him. What do you think, Gary Willits?
Well, I reckon he's just got up right on the line. He would have been very unlucky to have got beat because he had a beautiful run early, but he ran out of room in the race. And I think he's just got up right on the line.
Yeah, I reckon he has. We'll flash correct weight down the line if he has one. Number 8, McKinnon Parade, will flash the verdict, I should say, down the line. Number 8, McKinnon Parade, if he has one, will pay $3.90 for $1. Here's the cricket.
Yeah! Thanks very much, Ken. And the good news is that we've got some cricket. The sun is shining and the showers have left the Sydney Cricket Ground. One ball has been bowled. Brad McNamara is the bowler.
You're saying they can't play away from Perth, Bruce, or...?
No, I'm not saying they can't play away from Perth, but they struggle a bit away from Perth.
Race 6, number 9, Strike High, paid $11.60 and $3.30. Some good price winners at Flemington today. Race 6.
To Rosehill, weather has improved considerably, sun shining now after a pretty murky old morning, and this is the Ranvet Stakes coming up. Now the little horse you can see walking into line is a New Zealander called Seascay, and this fellow here in the bright pink colours with the checkered cap is Fraternity, winner of last year's Spring Champion Stakes at Randwick. Now Fraternity completes the line. Fraternity and Seascay, the last two to move into the gates, and they look to be all set and ready for dispatch. Now the official on the turn out of the straight has the white flag aloft. He'll drop that as soon as they jump away, and they come into view in a matter of seconds. They look to face squarely for the Ranvet. They're off and running. And let's see, here they come into view. Red Machine and Kingston Bay are the joint leaders over Seascay. Fraternity and Solvit is now spearing through towards his favourite role of pacemaker, followed by Diamond Harbour, and then Runyon, Thrifty Reserve, Corndale and Dark Czar, with Excited Angel dropping out last of all. 1700 out in the run to the first turn, and Solvit goes to the lead and is in front by a bit more than a length to Fraternity, who's crossing now to be second on the outside of Runyon and Seascay on the fence. A bit more than 2 to Diamond Harbour on the outside of Red Machine. A gap then to Kingston Bay, followed by Thrifty Reserve, Dark Czar on the outside of Corndale, and 2 lengths away last Excited Angel. Solvit, as they go down the back at the 1300 mark, is bowling along in front, led by 2.5 to Runyon on the outside of Seascay. A length then to Fraternity, travelling a bit deep on the outside of Diamond Harbour and Red Machine. 2 to Kingston Bay, 1.5 Thrifty Reserve, followed by Dark Czar, Corndale and last Excited Angel. Now he slowed up a little on Solvit to give that horse a breather at the 1000 mark, led by a length and a half to Runyon. Seascay third, being niggled a little bit now on the inside of Fraternity, and then Diamond Harbour, followed by Red Machine. Again they've slowed a bit. He's stopping and starting on the leader. Kingston Bay further back, and then Thrifty Reserve, followed by Dark Czar, and the last couple of Corndale and Excited Angel. 700 metres out, Solvit in front, about 3/4 to Runyon. Fraternity on the outside of Seascay, followed by Diamond Harbour, who's had a nice run, and then Red Machine. Kingston Bay 3 deep is moving up, followed by Thrifty Reserve, out deep Dark Czar, and then Excited Angel, and back at the tail is Corndale, whose rider's lost his cap. On the turn into the straight, Seascay got right through on the fence. Solvit got on the wrong leg. He ran right off the track on the corner, and Seascay says, catch me if you can. He's well clear, straightening up, but Kingston Bay on the outside is coming after him quickly, getting between them Red Machine, and now Thrifty Reserve and Dark Czar from nowhere. Kingston Bay hit the lead 100 out, but Dark Czar's the danger. Dark Czar is coming at Kingston Bay. They've come away. They'll fight it out tooth and nail. Dark Czar going far the better, and Dark Czar won the Ranvet over Kingston Bay. Thrifty Reserve is third, and fourth Excited Angel, followed by Red Machine. Seascay weakened badly in the straight, followed by Corndale, Fraternity, Diamond Harbour. Solvit just couldn't get around our way of going, and Runyon pulled up with the tail enders. By gee, it was said this morning in the preview programs that Solvit went better the other way around. They're not kidding. The winner, Dark Czar, number 4. Is there any stopping David Hayes? Jimmy Cassidy, the rider, $15 and $4.20. Kingston Bay second, a place tote of $2.30, and third, number 3, Thrifty Reserve, will pay a place dividend of $5.80. As we return to the cricket.
Number 4, Dark Czar, the winner of race 6 at Rosehill, back here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Another wicket has fallen.
Yes, thanks very much, Bill. And this is the Australian Cup, where we see the up-and-coming champion, Mahogany. And I think West Australia need a few champs there at the Cricket Ground. Number 1, Durbridge, was 4-1 into about 7-2 now on the TAB in Victoria. Fra is at 7-1, Captain Cook at 30-1. Our Pompey, Station Hand and Great Vintage are all at approximately 9-1. Great Vintage, trained by Bart Cummings, who's already won 10 Australian Cups. Mahogany, a clear-cut favourite, $2.20, odds of around 5 to 4. That might firm up a little bit yet on the Victorian TAB. And Pride of Rancho at 14 to 1. The race due in about 15 minutes. Here's the cricket.
Thanks, Ken Callender at Flemington. It's the Australian Cup, race 7. That'll be a beauty in 15 minutes' time on Wild World of Sports. But here at the City in Sydney, that's the dividends. $15.50 for win and $4.20 for price. $2.30 and $1.80 for the long shots getting up at the races at Rose Hill and Melbourne so far.
WA long shots here at the moment.
With the odds.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bill. The big one, they're just about to come into line. 2,000 metres, standard weight for age. Can Mahogany become only the second 3-year-old to win the race since it became a weight for age clash? The other one, of course, was the champ Dulcify. Here are the prices. Durbridge, actually a stablemate of Mahogany, paying $4.80 for $1 on the win tote, which is around about 3 3/4 to 1 or 15 to 4. Fra is paying $8.10, just over 7 to 1. Captain Cook is a 30 to 1 chance, coming in a little bit now to about 25 to 1. Our Pompey and Station Hand are both at 9 to 1. Great Vintage is out to 10 to 1. The favourite Mahogany is showing $2.10 for $1 investment. Odds of about 10 to 9. Could shorten up to around evens. Evens 10 to 9. And Pride of Rancho has just got out of touch from 14 to 1 to 15 to 1. I reckon if Mahogany gets beaten, I might be struggling to get back to Sydney tonight. I wonder if Gary Willett thinks he can win too. Gary?
Well, he certainly looks well. There's one that does look well. Captain Cook, number 3. There's Station Hand, number 5. He won very well last week at Caulfield. But Mahogany does look to be the one that is going to, give his back as a great sight.
There he is now, just behind the clerk of the course, number 7 saddlecloth in blue with white armbands and a white cap. Greg Hall, of course, the jockey.
Our Pompey there, he's
Pride of Rancho. And there's Durbridge in the centre.
Well, he's been going very well, Ken. He's won his last 3 on the trot down here at Weight for Age. And I suppose you'd say he's the king of the Weight for Age at the moment, but Mahogany's after try and take that title away from him.
There has been a little bit of rain in Melbourne during the week, but they've run pretty fast times here today, Gary.
I don't really think this track would affect Durbridge, Ken. I think, they'll be all right. But it's going to be a real battle of tactics, I think. I thought if Durbridge could set the pace himself, he'd be very difficult to run down, but I think Captain Cook might be the one that will make it a bit interesting for him.
Yes, well, the Friedman brothers, of course, have got them both, the 2 favourites, Durbridge and Mahogany. Shades of Tommy Smith and Bart Cummings in the old days, dominating the Premier Weight for Age races.
And if they come out, like if Durbridge has the pressure on too far out, well, it means he's got to, more or less sprint from the 600. And if Mahogany comes out too quick to put the pressure on him, it leaves it for something like a horse like Great Vintage might get over the top of them. Yeah, she does look very well.
A battle of tactics, as they often are in Weight for Age races. Just waiting for 2 more to go in. There's Fra, finished 3rd behind Viandacross in this race last year.
Well, he definitely looks improved with his last run. Like a lot of these horses like Fra and Great Vintage had those 2 runs, and they're second up last start. And as you often know, second up they can put in a, not a shocker, but an ordinary run, and then they'll come up again. There's Mahogany.
Yeah, well, Mahogany going in already, the winner of $1.5 million in prize money. Durbridge has won over $2 million. They're all in. There goes Captain Cook. Time to go to our caller, John Russell.
All in the stalls. Set to go. 2,000 metres, the journey of the race. Lights are on, they're off to a good start, and the Station Hand well slightly. He's second last on settling. Great Vintage dropping out of the rear. Durbridge began well along the inside, as quickly headed by Captain Cook, and dropping in behind them Fra, being followed by our Pompey, and Mahogany in behind them. A bit further back, Pride of Rancho, followed by Station Hand, who's second last, and Great Vintage is last of all. 1,650 out, and Captain Cook has streaked away about 5 lengths to Durbridge, a length and a half further back to Fra, who's over on the outside of our Pompey, being followed by Pride of Rancho, a length to Station Hand, and neck away the outside Mahogany, and Great Vintage bringing up the rear. Around the back they travel past the 1,400. Captain Cook about 4 lengths to Durbridge in second place, a length and a half further back to Fra on the outside of our Pompey. 2 lengths away Pride of Rancho, a length to Station Head, another length Mahogany, who's second last, and Great Vintage is last of all as they sweep along the back with about 1,250 to run. Captain Cook doing it well. The others getting a bit closer to him. Durbridge is second, about 2 lengths away, a length and a half Fra on the outside of our Pompey. 2 lengths further back than Pride of Rancho, followed by Station Hand, still next to last Mahogany, and Great Vintage was bringing up the rear. Down the side, 900 metres out, and Captain Cooker leading about 2 lengths to Durbridge's second, 1.5 lengths to Fra on the outside of our Pompeii. Then Pride of Rancho being followed by Station Hand, next to last still Mahogany, and Great Vintage last of all. As they come up towards the home turn, 700 metres out, it's still Captain Cook doing it nicely in the lead still. Captain Cook will come up near the home turn by 1.5 lengths. Durbridge's second, followed by Fra. Pride of Rancho on the outside of our Pompeii. Mahogany starting to gain ground is third last over on the outside of Station Hand, and Great Vintage as they straighten up with about 450 left to go. Captain Cook is the leader. Durbridge is down the outside. Mahogany from a long way back is starting to wind up. He's giving the leaders a tidy start, but he's coming home well, the 3-year-old, as they come to the 250 where Durbridge has hit the front now. Mahogany coming down the outside in hot pursuit, and then Captain Cook, and they're followed by Pride of Rancho. Durbridge has made for home. He's well clear of Mahogany second. Station Hand, Captain Cook, but it's Durbridge for the Australian Cup. Durbridge wins it well, 2 lengths to Station Hand. Mahogany a 1/2 length away third, followed by Fra. Next home Pride of Rancho, followed by Captain Cook, Great Vintage, and last to finish our Pompeii.
Well, let's pick up this replay. There's no doubt about the winner, Durbridge, and I've got to say, Gary Willits, that Mahogany didn't even hold down second spot, and he was most disappointing.
Well, I'll make an excuse for him. He did get trapped a little bit wide early, but Durbridge, Simon Marshall rode him to perfection. He had him beautifully placed, and boy, Durbridge can really sprint. Like at the 600 when he sort of let him go, came into the 400 and he let him down, he just went away.
Won 4 in a row now, and if you've backed in today, $4.70 for the winner, Durbridge. Back to the cricket.
Thank you, Ken Callender. It's 4 for 67.
A few people will loosen up after that victory in Melbourne. Durbridge, $4.70 and $1.70. Station Hand, a lovely run. Coming through the field with Mick Dittman on board along the rails. $2.40. Mahogany's run third. The favourite, even money favourite, Mahogany, $1.20. It's a great win in the Australia Cup for Durbridge. In fine form at the moment, and so's the New South Wales cricket team. Take not out. And we're going to go out to Rose Hill for the Winfield Classic over 1,500 metres. Your caller's Johnny Tapp.
So they're all set. Starter Billy Dale heading over. All set for the Winfield Classic. Lights flashing on top. Australia's only Group 1 race for fillies and mares, so it has a very important bearing. Starter ready. Light flashing on top. Asian Incline has the inside stall. Mahanui Lass stands in well with Dopf, and they're off in the Winfield. Mahanui Lass a little slow, and so was Dopf, the 2 Kiwi mares, a bit tardy to begin. Asian Incline began brilliantly from the 1 gate, went straight to the lead over the Perfume Garden. Mingling Glances, Rich Pageantry is away well. Burst immediately into a prominent spot, followed by Ladies' Way and then Flitter. Then Princess Grand Cap Chatters out very deep early from Dolly Will Do. Dopf is improving, and then Romany Conti, followed by Mahanui Lass, Star Spectrum. Well back as Gem of the West, and Osmart is back near the tail and racing pretty deep around that first corner. Asian Incline slows them up, and Jackman's got a lap full of horse here, led by a length and a quarter to Mingling Glances. Ahead away Rich Pageantry, a length to Burst, being given the run of the race on the inside of the Perfume Garden. 3 deep Flitter at the 800 mark. Then Cap Chat and Ladies' Way, followed by Princess Grand. Out deep Dolly Will Do. Further back is Dopf, and then Romany Conti on the fence. Osmart is out deep. Further back Mahanui Lass, followed by Star Spectrum, and Gem of the West is last, and they're tightly bunched on the corner. Into the straight, Asian Incline the leader. In second place, Mingling Glances. Rich Pageantry has been 3 deep for most of the trip. Burst is about to get an inside run as those leaders shift out, followed by Ladies' Way, and then the Perfume Garden taken to the extreme outside. In the straight, coming to the 200, Asian Incline, Mingling Glances. Burst is getting up on the inside of them, Rich Pageantry, and here comes the Perfume Garden with a big run down the outside. Flitter's there, and so is Cap Chat. Have a look at this. You've never seen a race like it. Where do you look? It's Flitter. Cap Chat on the outside. Mahanui Lass coming from nowhere. Cap Chat on the extreme outside wins the Winfield. The breath to Mahanui Lass, who jumped out of the ground. Flitter is third. I don't think I've ever seen a better race in my life, 100 metres from home. Then Rich Pageantry and Burst. Dolly Will Do, Ladies' Way, Princess Grand, Osmart, Romany Conti. Then Gem of the West, Asian Incline. The Perfume Garden probably finished just behind the place getters, but pulled up quickly. And well back Dopf and Star Spectrum. And 80 or 90 metres from the post, I don't think I've ever seen a better race in my life than that. There must have been 9 or 10 horses abreast, 80 or 90 metres from home. Cap Chat on the extreme outside. Mahanui Lass has come through between horses, but it looks like Cap Chat, number 10, on the extreme outside, $12 and $4.10. Mahanui Lass, number 3, a place dividend of $7.30, and Flitter, number 7, a place tote of $2.70. But the race really didn't materialise until the last 30 or 40 metres. As we go back to the cricket.
Thanks, Johnny. Fantastic call-outs per usual. They were coming from everywhere. Well, at the moment, New South Wales is coming from everywhere. They're well on top of Western Australia.
Number 8 at Flemington, the Murray Cox handicap, the second leg of the extra double with Ken Callender.
Thanks very much. Yes, and if you're not out of trouble by now, well, you're running out of time. Here are the prices on the lucky last. Regal Tier, a clear-cut favourite, and is showing $3.50 on the tote. Favourite with bookies as well. Galaxy Fair, Mick Dittman's mount, 4-1 into about 15-4, about $4.80. Maguan, trained by Robert Smurden, is a 9-1 chance. Sports Beat, Greg Hall's mount, 9-2. Hasn't been a happy day for Greg with Mahogany getting beaten. Regal Artery, well in commission at 15-1. Ashley Grove, an 8-1 chance. Bonamici at 15-1. Stage Performer, 20-1. Regina, 60-1. Let's Retire. Simon O'Donnell tipped him. H for Harry White's the jock. He's at 20-1. Bolotic is at 16-1. 66 Mudeye. Oat Crusher at 40-1. And Rajam Dan is at 100-1. It's a 2,000 metre race. The favourite, Regal Tier, has drawn deep. Can he win, Gary Willits?
Well, I like him. He was a very good second last start. He ran second to Trista Love, and Trista Love's not in this race today. And I think the 2,000 metres will suit him admirably today.
Trained by a very good trainer in Gerald Ryan. He'll certainly be fit enough to win.
Having a great run.
He sure is, Gary. They're all just about in. Regal Tier still showing $3.50 on the tote. I reckon it's time to go to John Russell.
To the day here, and off they go to a good start too. And Stage Performer was one of the first to jump out in company with Let's Retire. Regal Artery got out pretty quickly, and so also did Galaxy Fair, being trailed up along the inside by Bonamici and Bolotica, and round the outside is Regal Tier, being followed by Maguana, length and a half further back to Oat Crusher. Dropping in behind them, and at the head of the others came Sports Beat, and they were followed by Rajaner, further back Ashley Grover, and Mudeye is last of all. Around the back at the 1600, and Regal Artery's worked his way to the leader, led by a length and a half. In second place, Galaxy Fair on the outside of Stage Performer. 2 lengths further back then is Bonamici, close in behind them Regal Tier going forward, and they were followed then by Let's Retire. 2 lengths further back is Bolotic, a length and a half. Maguan over on the outside of Regini Dana. 2 lengths further back then is Oat Crusher. 2 lengths away, Sports Beat is still well back with Rajaner, followed by Ashley Grover, and Mudeye is last of all in a fairly well strung out field as they come down the side. 1100 metres left to go, and Regal Artery clear by 2.5 lengths to Galaxy Fair on the outside of Stage Performer. Regal Tier is now fourth as they go past the 1,000. A length further back is Bonamici on the inside of Let's Retire. 2 lengths away then Maguan making ground around the outside of Bolotic. A couple further back Regini Dana, and they were followed by Sports Beat, who's a long way off the lead. He's followed by Rajaner. Well back is Ashley Grove, and Mudeye is still last of all. Down towards the home turn, 700 metres to run, and Regal Artery being tackled quickly by Galaxy Fair, and Regal Tier putting himself in the picture, and so also is Maguan as they round the home turn, and from a long way back is Sports Beat as they straighten up with 500 to run, and the leader now Galaxy Fair about to be tackled by Regal Tier coming down the outside, Maguan behind them, and then Sports Beat right over on the outside being followed by Stage Performer and Bonamici. Galaxy Fair is the leader with 250 left to go, but Sports Beat's going to be the danger. He's rattling home well, the others can't go on, followed by Maguan. Sports Beat has raced up on the outside to hit the front with 100 to go, and he's clear of Galaxy Fair in third place, Bonamici. Sports Beat in front close to home will be too good and drawing away in the final stages. Sports Beat wins it by a length and a half. Second home Galaxy Fair, third is Bonamici. A long gap to Rajaner, Ashley Grove, both made up ground, followed by Maguana, and then Oat Crusher, and back behind them Stage Performer, followed by Regini Dan. Regal Tier stopped very badly in the run home, and back behind them then would be Regal Artery being followed by Let's Retire, a long gap Bolotic, and last of all is Mudeye.
Well, Mick Dittman shot Galaxy Fair well clear, but he couldn't find an answer to a Sports Beat to end the day on a reasonable note for Greg Hall.
Sports Beat was, very impressive. He went to the line very well. Galaxy Fair looked to be the winner when they straightened up, and I thought those of you who backed Regal Tier didn't have much luck in the running.
The winner, Sports Beat, paid $5.90 for $1. Here's the cricket.
Thanks, Ken. Another wicket has fallen here at the SCG. Brendan Julian is out court. Sports Beat was the winner of the Murray Cox handicap, the second leg of the extra double. Yorker. No more runs able to be scored from that over. 3 coming, 6 for 112. Last week, as we just go back to the Victorian dividends for race 8, Sports Beat the winner. $5.80 and $2.10. $80 and $4.50 for the other place getters.
Thanks very much, Greg. Yes, well, I think you've got to say after today's racing, the Durbridge is the champion of Melbourne for this autumn. Correct,
yep,
Gary?
Definitely can. He's